Alright, so I'm here today replacing the rear shocks on my Nissan Altima. Was my dad's car. My brother wanted the truck, so I took the car. But yeah, these look like, I guess, originals. They're really old, as you can tell. The top bolts were not a problem. 13s. Had to put a little bit of elbow grease into it, but it came off. But this bottom one, I wasn't going to make a video about this because it's pretty basic stuff, even though this is my first time officially doing it myself. But you know, it's just 3 bolts, 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top. I got my jack to hold it in place so the spring doesn't kick it off, or jack stand, sorry. Then I got my jack to raise and lower the car as I need it to get everything in place, you know. But this bottom bolt, I put my impact to it and it will not come off. So I figured I would make a little clip here about how you do this. So normally, let's see, takes an 18 millimeter, and so normally what you would do is put a wrench on it, an open end box end wrench, put the box end on it, and put another box end wrench inside the open end of the wrench you have on your bolt. But of course, I can't find the tools that I need. Like always, I can't find my 18 wrench. And there's my ant, so I will have to stop this and come back to it. Alright, here we are. So, I got my 18 with my ratchet, and I'm just, gonna hold the socket and twist it and make sure it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Looking for lefty-loosey here. Uh-oh, I not have enough room for this. I'll have to move this back. There we go. Alright. Slide this over the end. Alright, now what I'm gonna do is switch hands. Since I don't want to put pressure on my right shoulder. Whoops. And you want to hold that steady, but you also want to hold up on the wrench to get some more leverage for that. Balance myself here on the side of the car. Ooh. Well, she is not wanting to come off of there. Cooperate. Oh, she's budging. She's coming along. She's coming along. And there she goes. Yep. Now she's broken loose. Now I can hit that bad boy with the impact and start pulling her out. Alright, make sure our back button is on. Yep, and there she goes. Alright. Alright, so think gonna have to lower the car just a tad to let that pressure off of that bolt. Yeah, you don't want to completely tighten or completely loosen one bolt at a time. You want to always do them as a group because it'll put tension on the part you're adding or taking off, and then it'll make it harder to get other bolts in or out, and it'll warp your parts over time. Obviously, won't do it instantly. Oh man, whew. My left arm is not used to this work. Let's see, that would be righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Oh! There's one. This one's... Alright, so... This one has the pressure on it, because it's the only one holding this in place. So what I'm going to have to do is hold that up to take the pressure off of the nut. And there goes my phone. I'm really sorry about that. There it goes. Whew. My arm is tired. I've already done the other side, so I've been doing this for a good little while now. My left arm's not used to this work. There we go. There's the other one. Alright, so there's both of our nuts. And there she goes. Oops. And there it is. The old shock is out. Alright, so here we go. Our driver's side rear shock. Pull the plastic cap off of it. Alright, let's see. So, the last one, the other one I did not want to come off of here. This rod just kept rotating and rotating no matter how I held it, how I stood on it. So, what I had to do is, I believe this is a 17. Yeah, 17. I had to break it loose with the impact, is what I did. And it moved a little bit, but then it got stuck about halfway off there. So I had to take this ratcheting wrench here and put it around the nut there. And take these vice grips and clamp them around the end here, around the flat part to hold it. And that right there allowed me to hold them all in place. Allowed me to hold the rod in place while I was turning the nut off of it. So I'm just going to do the same thing to this one. And you see we got a package of fresh rubbers and metals here to put inside this two-hole brace here. And it's pretty simple. So I'll get it done. Be back in a second. Alright, so we're gonna snip off the binding on our new shock, and you see that immediately stuck out. That's how you can tell they're good. They're all full of gas. This one here even comes with a new nut on the end of it. So what you want to do is you want to rebuild these just like it came out of this right here. So see this one right here? It's got that lip on the bottom of it to fit down into that hole right there. So you have to make sure your new one, your new replacement, oh, a little dirty there, gotta make sure you put that metal plate on the back just right. See, scoop is outwards, flat bottom to flat bottom. So you have to make sure and take your new one and set it in like that. Scoop is upwards, flat bottom to flat bottom. And then that way you'll have the little lip there to put down in that hole there. Which means that the bottom part of your rubber, there's the lip that goes into the bottom of it, like so. Came with a new metal rod. We're just gonna shove that metal rod down in there. Really need to do this with two hands. Alright, so our rod's in there. And we're gonna stack everything else on top of it. Make sure it all works in there together. So we have basically this right here, but with brand new parts inside here. So our plastic cover, we get rid of that. And we'll have to keep this bottom cover, alright? So we'll take our nut off the end of the rod. Drop our... Oh, whoop. I am mistaken. Well, you gotta put your rubber boot on first. Oh. There you go. Make sure you set it down in there right. And now we put our little flange gasket on. Then we take our hole mounting set up here. Slide it right onto this bad boy. And we take our new nut with no grease and a lock ring in it still. You'll notice it has this lip up top. That makes it a lock ring. And you'll see that plastic piece in there. That's the locking mechanism. So, well, tighten that bad boy on there. Stand on this other end to keep it from moving. Tighten that thing down. Is that cross-threaded? Doesn't look like it's straight. Maybe my head's crooked. That's what my boss Randy always used to say. No, that's straight. Your head's just crooked. Maybe he was right. So we'll take our 17. And I don't really feel like testing it right now, so I'm just gonna... Am I going the right way? I should be. The rod's twisting. Alright, so we're to this point already. So let's see. Okay, so that's going to be loose. Yep, that's going to be tight. Alright. So now that we've got that all figured out, we get our... Boom, there we go. Get our wrench on there. Slide on in there. And we get our... Whoop. Need to be a little tighter. Too tight. Boom, perfect. Alright, so now I'm gonna have to hold this and work this wrench at the same time. Alright, got that done. As you can see, I got that all tightened up. You just want to run it all the way down as far as you can. Or at least that's what I did, right or wrong. So we want to take our rubber and make sure we put it back on. I don't think it's going to make a difference on this one, being as it's up inside the car under the fender well. But you never know. You never know. Always make sure you put your rubbers on. So now it's going to be pretty easy. I'm just going to put it up there, try to hold it up there, put the two nuts on there and run them up. Not all the way up, just till they're snug enough to hold this up there. And then I can get the bottom bolt in. Once I get the bottom bolt in, then it's all hands forward. Alright. So we're going to get ready, see what we can do. And there she is. Back in place. Not too hard, just like I said, make sure you get the top onto those studs, get those nuts screwed up there decently tight. Don't run them up until you're close to being done, but then that'll help you get this lined up so you can get this bolt in it. Now before you throw that bolt in there, you do want to make sure and tighten those up completely. That way you don't have any give anywhere. Tighten those down first, then get that bolt in there. You just want to get it close to level first. You don't want that strut, that shock moving around, rocking around somewhere, getting caught on something else. You want to get it semi-lined up before you tighten those down and you don't have anywhere to go. But that's it. That was the very, very stubborn shocks on what was my dad's 2009 Nissan Altima 2.5S. And you see these rotors? Well, this side actually doesn't look too bad. But this other side now. Oh yeah. That is not what you want to see when you pull your tire off and look at your rotors. This thing needs some rear brakes very badly. So, guess what'll be coming soon? Rear brakes on this bad boy. Front brakes too. I found some front brake pads here too. I don't know which is which. I'll have to get on O'Reilly's website and see. But yeah, I'll have to get these rotors turned. You don't want to see these streaks in your rotors. Those can sometimes lead to cuts, warping, you name it. That is not good. So you want to make sure and take care of your rotors just like you take care of your brake pads. Get your rotors turned, get new rotors, whichever it happens to be. I think these new ones are only good for one turning. I'm not entirely sure, but from when I worked at the parts store, that's about what we got out of them. About one turn out of some new rotors, and then you have to buy another set. But that's just some simple little maintenance. So now clean everything up, put it all back together, and we're on our way.